Hi there, welcome to my channel, where I teach you about making money online and personal finance. Saving money and looking after money is super important, and I want to teach you more about it. In this video I will reveal. Please use this video as inspiration for you to start your own YouTube channel and start making money. So before starting this video, please like this video, and subscribe to our channel for the future updates. Let's start. There is a widespread belief that younger generations will never be able to buy a home because house prices have consistently outpaced wage growth for decades. This is completely real, and we're not trying to diminish the magnitude of affordability problems, but you will become a homeowner before you turn 30. In reality, there's nothing stopping you from purchasing a home before you turn 21. You can legally secure a mortgage loan at the age of 18, but your ability to do so isn't guaranteed. I consulted with mortgage industry experts and inquired about the conditions for a teenager to apply for a mortgage. As it turns out, meeting the criteria isn't nearly as complicated as it seems. The short answer is yes. They need work experience from a W-2 job. This would show to the investor that our applicant has a consistent income stream. Lenders want to know if the borrower will be able to make their mortgage payments on time each month. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not advocating that anybody, particularly a young person, get into debt by taking out a mortgage they can't afford. I'm just setting out the choices so that our adolescent can function within the constraints they've been provided. Job experience does not have to be as long or as lucrative as one would think. Basically, when the young person, who is just shy of 21 years old, applies for a mortgage, they must have pay stubs from the previous 30 days to prove they are working and have a steady income. They would almost certainly be required to have W-2 forms for the previous 2 years. If the previous 30 days jobs was full-time work from a well-paying career, the lender is unlikely to need anything more. If they have a history of part-time jobs, they will need pay stubs from a longer period of time. Furthermore, when it comes to part-time and full-time jobs, lenders are more concerned with the total amount of money coming in than with the number of hours worked each week. As a result, a steady, part-time W-2 job that pays well may be sufficient. One of the loan professionals I spoke with confirmed that the applicant's debt-to-income ratio should be under 40%. The debt-to-income ratio is calculated by dividing all of your monthly debt payments by your total monthly income. Build your credit score. Credit score and history are a second significant consideration that the lender would consider. This is where the vast majority of young people would fall short of the requisite qualifications to purchase their first home. Unfortunately, very few young people under the age of 18 are taught or mentored about how to create a strong credit score. It is, however, very easy to do, particularly when they are starting from scratch. Our teenager can get a credit card at the age of 18 after studying the ins and outs of a credit card and how to successfully use and handle one. If they do get the credit card, they must use it wisely for the rest of their life in order to establish and retain good credit. Paying bills on time, keeping a low balance, and paying the balance in full every month are all examples. This would almost definitely have to be a safe credit card for our 18-year-old potential investor. This is a credit card that needs a deposit with the credit card company or bank before it can be used to make purchases. The good news is that it will continue to help you improve your credit score. After a year of use, the young person would have a developing credit score and credit history and can qualify for an unsecured credit card, which is what the majority of us use. They would have built a credit score that will get them the mortgage if they use both credit cards for required expenses and pay off the balance every month from the age of 18 to 21. Another credit card alternative is a student-only credit card. The only tricky part comes next. According to one of the lenders I talked with, they search for 3 trade lines in a credit history. With that in mind, I would not advise a young person to take out an auto loan or a personal loan solely for the sake of getting 3 trade lines. A retail credit card is the best option I've found. I think we don't want the young person to get another unsecured credit card that she can use anywhere. Since our young person can only use a retail credit at that store, it's less likely that an inexperienced shopper will exploit it. So, a few months after getting the second credit card, the young person will apply for and be approved for a retail credit card at a nearby mall clothing store. Using that card, buy something there every other month or so and pay it off right away. Save. The last thing our adolescent would need for their first purchase is hard cash for a down payment. I assume that investors accept that young people should take advantage of the house hacking technique before they get older, which comes with more constraints and obligations. As a result, we'll presume our young individual is looking to buy a house to hack. It might be a big home, a fourplex, or something in between for a rent-by-the-room strategy. Since this would be our young person's primary home, we'll suggest that he or she save 5% of the purchase price for a down payment, but it may be less. As previously stated, our young person will be working, at least part-time, to create the necessary income background for the purchase. They'll have to set aside some of the money for the next 3 years. It's difficult to guess how much our teen would need to save because properties and markets vary so much. But, just for the sake of getting one, here's an example. We'll also set aside some money as a buffer for items like initial repairs and maintenance. Take action. Get the job. Start a side business. Spend some money. Save a lot of money. That's what there is to it. Our teens' REI before a Mai Tai technique for buying their first home before turning 21. Is it really impossible? Not in the least. This course needs a highly motivated adolescent with support from family and friends. However, as the bigger pockets culture expands in tandem with the FIRE and REI for all movements, it appears that there are many of us who can influence and direct some teenagers to make it happen. What can you afford? Many first-time homebuyers are shocked when they hear how much they can afford. They could have bought years ago if they'd just known. So, just because you're young and haven't achieved your maximum earning potential, don't think you won't be able to buy a home. It's likely that you'll be pre-approved for a mortgage loan as soon as today. However, the loan may not be sufficient to purchase the home of your dreams. You'll need to figure out how much you can afford to pay per month on your mortgage, what that means for the price range of homes you want to look at, and if that price range is appropriate for your metro area. Where can you afford it? Within metro areas, there is often a wide variety of rates. You have your entry-level starter homes, your huge farms, and all in between, all of which are usually clustered around other homes that are close to them. Maybe you have your heart set on a specific neighborhood that is simply out of your price range right now, and the neighborhoods where you can afford to buy don't appeal to you at all. This is when consulting with a real estate agent can be advantageous. They buy and sell homes all over your neighborhood, and it's likely they're aware of nooks and crannies where you can afford and would really like to live, but we're unaware of. Are you going to stay in the same area for at least a couple of years? Unlike renting, homeownership isn't a contract that you can break after a few months and move on to pastures new. For at least a decade, if not 3 decades, you'll be paying a mortgage. Of course, you can sell your home until it's fully paid off, but you'll find that selling a home is a lot more work than just finding a new place to live, packing, and moving. And it won't always happen on your timetable. It could take months for your home to sell after it goes on the market. What do you think of our video? Let me know in the comment section below. If you enjoy this video and want to hear from me again, be sure to hit that subscribe button before you go. Thanks for watching.